beautiful out here. Look at that dolphin. It's jumping out of the ocean. Oh, hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Taylor. Today I'm an oceanographer, and we're going to learn about context clues from the ocean. Have you ever read a book and come across a word that you didn't know? It happens to me all the time, even as an adult. But I have great news. There are different strategies that we can use to help us figure out what that unfamiliar word means in the sentence, simply by using context clues. Let's dive into all of those strategies together. The easiest type of context clue is called a definition clue. This is where the author defines the word after it is used in a sentence. Let's look at an example together. Lots of animals in the ocean eat phytoplankton, which are tiny plants. They make food by using the sun's light. What does phytoplankton mean? Are they small plants, large plants, fish, or a cactus? Pause the video, write down your answer, and then unpause the video to check your answer. If you said that the answer was A, small plants, then you are correct. In this sentence, the word phytoplankton is used, but right after the word, it gives an example or a definition of what phytoplankton means. It says that they are tiny plants. Another word for tiny is small, so in this example, phytoplankton are small plants. Our next context clue strategy uses synonym clues. That's where the author uses another word that means the same thing as the first word. Here's an example. A submarine can submerge below the surface of the water so you can see plants and animals that live in the ocean. What does the word submerge mean? A, fly, B, float, C, go up, or D, go under. Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was D, go under, then you are correct. In this sentence, we see the phrase below the surface right after the word submerge. Go under means the same thing as something that is going below the surface. Usually when I'm thinking of a synonym for a word, I think of one-word substitutions. Here's an example. These swift fish escaped the shark. What does the word swift mean? A, slow, B, fast, C, blue, or D, swim. If you said that the answer was B, fast, then you are correct. Swift fish have to be fast to escape a shark. A synonym for swift is fast. Another type of context clue is called antonym clue. This is where the author uses another word nearby that means the opposite of the first word. Here's an example. I hope that I catch a massive fish today, instead of a small one like the one I caught last time we went fishing. What does the word massive mean? A, tiny, B, gigantic, C, blue, or D, swims. Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was B, gigantic, then you are correct. Did you notice the word instead right after the word massive? Instead is a keyword that tells us we might be looking for a word that means the opposite of massive. When we look at the answer choices, we notice the word tiny, which means small. Who wouldn't want to catch a massive, large fish instead of the tiny, small fish that was caught the day before? Number 4. The chum lured the cobia closer to the hook on my fishing pole. What does the word lured mean? A, lots of movement, B, to come near or trap, C, to smell, or D, further away. Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was B, to come near or trap, then you are correct. In this example, come closer to the hook means to come near or trap. This cobia doesn't stand a chance, does it? Number 5. The bonito, also known as a cobia, migrates from Florida to the Chesapeake Bay. Some fishermen use their fishing rods to catch them every summer in our area. What does the word bonito mean? A, boat, B, bird, C, crab, or D, fish. Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was D, fish, then you are correct. In this example, it says that fishermen are using fishing rods to catch them. You're not going to use a fishing rod to catch a boat or a bird, are you? And you might accidentally catch a crab, but that's usually not what fishermen go out to get. They go out to catch fish, like bonita and cobia. Number 6. While we were fishing, the seagulls were hovering over the bait fish. What does the word hovering mean? A, sleeping, B, below, C, above, or D, swimming. Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was C, above, then you are correct. The synonym for above would be over. And then when you think about seagulls, they're not sleeping or below because they'd be drowning, and they're not swimming. So the best answer is above. They're up there in the sky, flying high above the ocean. Our final example looks a little different. It looks like something you would see in a dictionary. We use a book called a dictionary or an online dictionary to help us spell words correctly. Next, it tells us the part of speech. In this case, our word is a noun. We're going to focus on the box. Inside of the box are real definitions of channel. Your job is to figure out which definition is the correct meaning in the sentence. First, you're going to read the sentence that usually comes from a story that you just read. Keep your boat in the channel so you don't hit the bottom. Next, you're going to read the dictionary entry. In this case, it's in the box. Channel, noun. 1. A frequency band used by television stations. 2. The deepest part of a body of water. 3. A long gutter. 4. A type of pliers. Which meaning of channel is used in this sentence? Is it definition 1, 2, 3, or 4? Pause the video and write down your answer. If you said that the answer was B, definition number 2, then you are correct. It's not going to be a frequency from a television statement, it's not a gutter, and it's not pliers. You're talking about something that's on a body of water. So definition number 2, the deepest part of body of water, is the best definition for this example of channel. You sure did a fantastic job figuring out the meaning to all of these unfamiliar words. I had oceans of fun learning how to use context clues, didn't you? It's time for your reading challenge of the day. So grab a piece of paper, something to write with, and a great book that you're already reading. Make sure that the book that you're reading is a book that's on your reading level so you can learn some new words today. As you read your book today, search for some new words that might be unfamiliar to somebody who's on your reading level. I teach 3rd grade, so I'm going to be searching for some words that might be unfamiliar to a 3rd grade students. Let's go fishies for some new words. As I was reading a book about oceans, I noticed a new word, oceanographer. So I wanted to know who was an oceanographer. As I looked at the word, I broke it apart into different pieces. I found the word ocean in red. That means studies the ocean. Then at the end of the word, I noticed a special part called ER, which is considered a suffix because it's at the end of the word. And sometimes ER means a person. So I put it together to give the definition. An oceanographer is a person who studies the ocean. As I continued to read, I noticed 2 more facts about an oceanographer. An oceanographer is a person that studies the plants and animals in the ocean. That's considered the marine life. And the oceanographer is also a person who might collect seawater samples. Isn't that cool? What word did you find today? Make sure to share with your teacher the word that you learned today. It will really help you extend your vocabulary. Thanks so much for joining me out here on the ocean as we learned about context clues and how they can help us figure out the meanings of unfamiliar words. If you liked today's video, click the like button. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single adventure. Until next time, keep on reading, everyone. Goodbye.